Yeah, like I said, in some of the videos I done seen people taking off the vacuum pump, the thermostat, this whole tray, which has some bolts that you have to get underneath this wheel well to get to, and removing the transmission mount, and then removing a bunch of lines. You don't have to do all that stuff. You don't have to do all that stuff at all. It looks like a pain in the ass, but all you have to do really is just kind of know exactly where your bolts are and how to get to them. And the least amount of work, the least amount of resistance, like I said, battery, draining coolant, removing this box right here. And be careful with this also. I put this inside the car just to make sure it doesn't drop, or moving this coolant line right here. And then from underneath, I used the 16 millimeter 4-circle, kind of jimmied up in there. This is how I went with it. And then I pushed up like so. And once you get that wrench on there, it's definitely gonna take a lot of force to remove it, but yeah, just take your time and be able to get it. And then as far as removing this drive shaft, you do not have to remove this drive shaft either. I done seen people do so much work that you don't even have to do. But if you remove both the bolts to the start, this one's a 14 millimeter and the other one on the back side that's connected to that one is a 16 millimeter. And you can kind of see it. Let me show you. You can also kind of see it from the top too. Let me see. I had a flashlight that was working. A lot of times I use muscle memory for these repairs, so I can all kind of feel where they at. But if you put a light in this direction, you'll see one bolt, and then it's the bolt behind that one. I already have a tool around it, so like I said, I needed a lot of force, but I was able to get it and then break it loose after getting this part on from underneath, putting it on there, just reaching up top to kind of get it started. You might have to feel for it with your finger first, and then just kind of put it on there like that, tip it up. That way you can put your extension on it and zip it up from the top. All right, once I broke the bolt, the 16 millimeter starter bolt with the 4 circles wrench, what I did was I got a 12.16 millimeter, and what I did was got the swivel situation. This is what I did. I went from the bottom and I kind of squeezed my hand up in there to just put this over the bolt. Then I kind of had it tipping up like that. And then from up top, just imagine this is already on the starter bolt. And then from up top, I used the longer extension like that, because it goes right in that direction. Use the longer extension to loosen the already broken bolt, and it worked. It took a little maneuvering and a little trial and error, so just take your time with it. I also had 2 swivels. It kind of came in handy. I didn't connect them both because it would have been kind of cumbersome to try to get it over there, but this, just using this and then that like that, 3/8 swivel, this seemed to be a little bit better. And that's how I was able to get it out. Like I say, you don't have to remove the drive shaft either. It just slid right out. Now we're removing the hot wire. You want to remove that first, and then the same with the connector. Just kind of try to work with them, because you'll notice trying to remove the starter, you won't be able to if that hot wire is still connected on there. So I know it's not the most detailed video, but doing this, you're not really a beginner. This is not really a beginner repair anyways, so this is just somebody that's definitely familiar with working on cars and wants to know the shortcut. This is actually the best way. I was able to get this done in about 2 hours. So once again, the tools you'll need, other than the 8, 10, 16 millimeter, I use this 14 millimeter 9/16 for the starter bolt. I use this 13 millimeter for the hot wire on the starter. It's my smaller 4 circles, but But yep, now we adding coolant back in, and it'll be good to go. Put this battery back in,